Betfair tutorial. In this first video, I'm going to touch base on Betfair, the betting exchange, and really what a back bet is and what a lay bet is. Now, if you've never been on Betfair before, don't panic. You may find this a little bit confusing when you first load up. Obviously, you've created your Betfair account through Trading Pays, you've signed into the Betfair site, and you've clicked on this football tab in the top left-hand corner. And this will bring up the football page, and on the left-hand side you'll see all of the different footballing markets that Betfair offers. The highlighted bold markets at the top are the major liquidity markets. So as you can see, we have the Barclays Premier League, which is obviously the top tier of football in England, FA Cup, because it's been FA Cup recently, the Primera Division, which is La Liga in Spain, Serie A in Italy, the German Bundesliga, and then a whole host of other competitions and nations, some of which are quite obscure, the Romanian division, Polish, Northern Irish, for example. Some more obscure leagues you won't find on Betfair. You can't bet Uruguayan football and you can't bet Israeli football, but we'll touch on that later. There is always profit to be made in any match, in any league, in any country. So, if you've been betting with a bookmaker for your entire betting career, or if you've never placed a bet in your life, this is where you're going to start. Let's take one match for example. In this main middle section here, you're going to see all of the major matches of the day, or anything that Betfair deems as a major match. Quite often I disagree with the matches that they put on here. For example, this game here, the Coppa Italia game between AC Milan and Novara, they've simply put up there because it's AC Milan and they're trying to catch the punters into betting there. Also, ignore any stupid smiley faces, watermelons, or roulette tables. These are quick games, casino games, things like that any serious trader should just remove from the system or completely ignore. I really want to squash this guy's head in. Anyway, let's go into the betting market. So you click View Full Market on the game you want to trade. I'm going to pick Liverpool versus Reading in the FA Cup. And clicking on this will bring up the market. Now this is your basic Betfair market screen, and this is a screen that you're going to be getting used to over the course of your trading career. On the left hand side gives you the different outcomes. So this is the match odds. So therefore it's Liverpool to win the match, Reading to win the match, or the draw. The prices in blue are the best available prices to back those selections out. Everything that you see on Betfair is in a decimal format. Nothing is in a fractional format. If you do want fractions, you can hover over a price, and if you just leave them out, it gives you their 2 to 9. I think fractions is quite old-fashioned. I don't think there's a place for it in the modern betting market, especially the way things are going on the exchanges. So if you're not used to decimals, you better get used to it quite quickly, and it's very easy to learn. 1.23 is simply the decimal times your stake. But remember that the return on that does include your original stake. For example, if we bet 100 units at 1.23, the total amount of money we'd have back would be £123, but the profit would only be 23. And Betfair very cleverly gives you this just as a profitable figure on the right hand side there. But I'm sure you knew that already. So I can tell you're already confused with Betfair. It doesn't look like Bwin or Ladbrokes or William Hill. Because it's not fractional and because it has these silly pink boxes here. But these silly pink boxes are the way in which we are able to trade the exchange and make money on a consistent basis. This is the laying side. Now lay, as you can see here, Betfair have kindly given us a description, is to bet against. To lay a selection is to bet that it will not happen. Excellent. So just to recap on that, if I were to lay Liverpool at 1.24, I am saying that whatever happens in this game, Liverpool are not going to win. I'm not saying that Reading are going to win. I'm saying that whatever happens, Liverpool are not going to win. That means that Reading can win the game, or the game can finish as a draw. If either of these two outcomes happen, I win that lay bet. Now I'm going to touch briefly on a subject called exposure, which is the same terminology that Betfair uses. When laying, if I want to lay Reading at 17, I'm betting that Reading are not going to win. you're placing a lay bet, you basically, the bet amount that you give is the amount that you want to win. So let's say I want to lay Reading. I'm going to say that Reading are not going to win, and if that happens, I want to make 100 units. Now you can see here, on the left-hand side with the selection, it gives you that outcome. I'm laying Reading for 100 units. If the game's a draw, I win that 100. If Liverpool win, I win that 100. However, you can see here, if Reading win, I'm minus 1,600. And that's because I have to put up the money for the person that backs it to win. We'll touch more on this later, because some people can find laying quite frustrating and quite confusing if they've never been used to it before. When trading a game, the laying part of the bet is the most important. There's one simple rule on Betfair that you have to follow. If you follow it, you will always be profitable. And that is this. Back high, lay low. It's that simple. If you were to back Reading at 100 units, at